Hi, kindergarten families. Welcome back to Writing Workshop. We're going to do our second lesson today for Writing Workshop. Last day we talked about writing stories that had to do with how you're feeling. And today we're going to talk about how to write a story that shows detail as if you are watching a movie and seeing all the parts of the movie. This is something a lot of kids have trouble with. So let's take a look first at our steps for Writing Workshop. We start with teacher time, which is your video. So I'm going to be explaining to you some things that you will be doing as a writer today. And then you guys go off and write. You should be working on the story you started last day, okay? You're going to be doing a little bit of editing and revising using what we practiced today. And, of course, then comes the share. So boys and girls, during this time right now when I'm here and you're at home, you need to send me by pictures through my email the writing workshop activities that you've done. I only got one person's writing workshop story last week, so I want to see everybody's work. And please tell me too, in the emails you send, what is your story about? Okay, that way we can do our sharing together. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that kindergartens often have trouble with. It's hard when you're little to write down enough detail on your page for your story so that if an adult or another child came along and sat down, they could look at the paper and say, oh, hey, I know what this story is about. I can see just by looking. You don't even need to use words. You just need to have lots of detail in your drawing. So, to help us to get an idea about how to add lots of detail, today we're going to learn more about how to use a video or a movie planner in your head, okay? So I want us just to imagine something right now, okay? Let's say that we're going to see a Spider-Man movie, okay? And when we get to the theater and the movie starts, we're all excited because we like Spider-Man, right? But for some reason, all we could see during the movie is just Spider-Man. And he's running around and he's talking to people and he's fighting bad guys. But everything behind him is white. There's no city, there's no walls. You can't see who he's talking to. It just looks like he's running around in a big white bubble. And there's nothing else in the movie. That would be really confusing, right? So that's kind of what happens when we're writing sometimes. If we're really thinking just about the person and what they're doing in the story, we sometimes forget we need to have the whole picture. So thinking of your story as being a movie that you're watching can help you to get that whole picture. So I want you to imagine this now, okay? You're going to go back to that movie, okay? And instead of just seeing Spider-Man running around with nothing behind him, so he's running around just on a white screen, you're going to see now a big city with tall buildings behind him. Okay? Are you imagining this in your head? And you can see him shooting his web out of his arm, and he's swinging from building to building. And you can see his friends calling for help, and he's coming after them. And he's yelling, "Don't worry, I'm on my way. I know that you need my help." And you can see the bad guys in the distance and what they're trying to do just to stop Spider-Man. You can see the skies getting cloudy because in movies when bad things are happening, sometimes it gets dark and cloudy. And all of a sudden, this movie is interesting, right? That's what we're going to do in your story today, okay? So we're going to practice with my story first. And I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to imagine the first page of my story today as if I'm seeing it like I'm watching a movie, okay? So I'm going to bring my story back over. Do you guys remember what I was writing about last day? I was writing about things I miss, right? Things that I kind of wish I could still do right now, but we can't to be safe, right? So my first page of my story was about taking my family, my kids, to the farmer's market, right? So I was sketching to help me to remember what my story would be because I knew I would come back to it, but I might forget. So my first page is just the farmer's market. The second page is that I miss going to the movies with my husband, right? I miss watching Spider-Man with my husband. And of course, do you remember the last page? I miss my kindergarten class. I miss you guys. Okay. So if I want to add lots of good detail to this, I could just start drawing. But sometimes the best way to get good detail is to stop and imagine. So can you close your eyes with me and imagine what I'm saying in your own mind? So my eyes are closed and I'm thinking about the farmer's market. There's tables and tables of yummy food. They're lined up in aisles. And there's lots of people at each table. There's different people that are selling their food. There's soups, there's goodies, there's bread. There's all kinds of yummy things. You can even buy clothes. And my kids are there with me. And usually they're running to whoever they see that they know. They like the nut lady because she gives them treats. Oh yes, and they like the egg ladies because they usually pay her for the eggs. So I'm imagining all of that. My kids, all the other vendors. I'm imagining the building. It's an old building and it has a wooden floor. And I'm imagining what we're buying. Because at this place that I was drawing, my kids usually like to get a snack there. They usually get a cinnamon bun or a pretzel. Sometimes we have to decide whose turn it is to pick. Do you have a good picture in your head now? Does it feel like maybe you are seeing a bit of a movie, watching us walk around, being able to see the different tables around us, being able to see Naomi and Isaac running around, being able to see us buying some things? Well, nothing is on my paper yet except for this table. So let's see if we can add some of that movie in our heads to this paper. First things first, I'm not in this picture, and neither is Isaac or Naomi. So we're gonna start by drawing me, and you'll see that I'm using brown today. So parents, sometimes it's nice to switch your colors when you're working on a picture for the second day because then it's easier to keep track of what's being changed. And it's just kind of a fun way to see how much work was done from day to day. So I'm going to draw me, and I'm going to make an easy person to draw. So we're going to draw my rectangle body, and I'm looking down because Isaac and Naomi are little. There's my ear. And there's my hair. Lots of the time, you guys, you forget to draw. Oh, I'm giving myself long hair. Whoops, that's okay. Lots of time you guys forget to draw hair on yourselves. And I think you all have hair, right? And I'm talking to the vendor, and I'm telling her which things I think we would like to buy. I'm pointing. I'll say, we're going to take one of those. And maybe I'm saying, hi. You can draw your person as detailed or as with little detail as you want, as long as you remember your body parts, okay? It's okay to draw stick people legs and arms. As you get better at drawing, you might draw more detail. But I don't want to see just a person with a ball for a body. I want to see all your body parts. You have arms, you have legs, you have feet, you have hands, you have eyes, nose, and mouth, and hair, okay? That's me. Here's Isaac and Naomi. They're little. And most of the time they're trying to grab things off of the countertops because they want food and they want it now. Let's say this is Naomi. She's a little more impatient than Isaac is. She also has a ginormous appetite. She would eat nonstop. This is the back of her. That's why you just see hair. And then I'll draw Isaac over here, and he's waiting. He's being a good doobie. you go. He's got hair too. He's not bald. Okay, there. Is my picture done? Wait. Oh, do we need to go back to that movie? I said a lot more in that movie, didn't I? When I was describing to you what was playing in my head. Okay, we have to go back and watch the movie again. Close your eyes with me. Okay, we're back in the farmer's market. What am I seeing? Oh, I'm seeing lots of tables. Okay, open your eyes. We have to draw more tables. Okay. Because there's lots of people selling things, right? We can draw on the tables whatever we want. Let's say this has bread. Maybe this has some types of chocolate bars. Sure, maybe Easter bunnies. Okay, let's draw another table over here. Oh, maybe this one is one of the meat vendors. So they have these special tables that have this big glass case, and inside there's all these crates, and you have to open it, and then you can go inside and pull out the kind of meat that you want. And they have space between their aisles. I feel like my picture's floating in space. Do you remember what to do to add a floor? And don't forget, I said the floor in the farmer's market was wood. I'm going to add a line. Kind of goes through everything. There's the floor. Okay. I still feel like some parts of the movie I told you are missing. Can you help me? Everyone close your eyes and think really hard. I want you to see if you can send me so much power from your brains that I remember what I was missing. Okay, I'm closing my eyes with you. Let me see. Okay, we're walking into the farmer's market. We're seeing all the tables with food. Check. I'm there. Isaac and Naomi are there. We're buying food from a person. Of course. That's the most important part. That's what we like doing, is buying treats from the vendors. So we need to draw a person who is selling the food. Let's put her arms on the table. This lady, the one who sells the snacks, the pretzels and the cinnamon buns at this table, she's got long hair. Her legs will be under here. You won't be able to see them very well with Naomi in the way. And then let's say we are buying, what did these guys decide on this day? What do I want them to buy in my movie in my mind? Let's do a cinnamon bun this day. So Naomi is going to give her $2, and Isaac is going to get the bag that has the cinnamon bun in it. So there's the bag with the cinnamon bun, and there's the $2. They're paying for it. And then they're going to go and eat their snacks. There's lots more I could add to this. If we keep closing our eyes and adding by thinking about the place, looking at it in our mind like a movie, we're walking through it. We see the windows on the walls. We see the doors. We see other people. We see other people selling food, their customers, bags. Oh, I have to remember my bag because I have tons of stuff that I buy there. So here's my bag sitting on the ground. Okay, so every time you get to a point where you think, oh, I think I'm done this picture, close your eyes and then think about your own picture in your mind. Imagine it like a story, and you're walking through your story in your mind, and then stop each time you come up with a new idea and add that thing down. Go back again, like we did, close your eyes, keep walking through the story in your mind. You're doing a movie in your mind. You're doing a movie player, okay? So, when you go off today to do your writing workshop work, I want you to, first of all, remind yourself what you drew. You can start on the first page, you can start on the second page, decide which picture in your booklet you want to do some more practice with today, and then close your eyes. Don't even pick up your felt pen yet. Close your eyes and imagine that you're walking through that story in your mind. that it's like a movie that you're watching. Say it out loud to yourself. Say it to your mom. Say it to your dad. Say it to your sister or your brother. And as you come up with ideas while you're talking about what you're seeing in your mind, add them to your picture. Okay? That's what we're going to try today. Send me your pictures of your work and send me some writing about what you are doing. Have your parents help you, okay? Ask them to email me. We'll see you next time for our next writing workshop.